It's cold as ice and it's freezing on this December day. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm actually with Wet Dog.
Good afternoon.
And we're on the Great Northern Railway that ran between Thornton to Keighley. And we're at the northern section of the line where there is a tunnel named, it's called the Keighley Goods Tunnel, but also known as Park Wood Tunnel. So it runs underneath just here. So we're gonna have a little look at the tunnel and the condition inside. As I've covered many of the tunnels on the Thornton to Keighley line, the Parkwood Tunnel, also known as Keighley Goods Tunnel, located just south of the junction with the Worth Valley Railway. Today we're going to be looking at the condition of the tunnel and seeing what it looks like inside. We'll be entering the tunnel from the southern portal, where I'm zooming in to the trees. We'll also be exploring the location of the northern portal towards the end of the video. So this is the southern portal to the Keighley Goods Tunnel. Now this tunnel opened in 1884 by the Great Northern Railway, and it closed on the 17th of July in 1961. So this was an extension of the line that came from Thornton. So we're in a fairly deep cutting here. And you've got a few railway sleepers. You can see it's quite an icy day today, so it's really cold outside. We've got a lot of railway sleepers just bundled in a pile here. You can see a nice cutting. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into this tunnel and explore. Well, it is a tunnel, but it's also known as what you call a cut and cover arch. So if you notice the shape of it, this was a tunnel more to support the cutting. So what we're going to do now is head in and see what we can find in there. It's nice and neatly bricked up. This is running under Parkwood Street. The gate is open, so we're going to head in and see what the condition is inside. So a nice lovely stone arch. And you've got a little hole in there, and I'm assuming that's to keep ventilation and access for bats. So that's the approach cutting, which is quite overgrown. And back that way is where Queensbury would be. So all the tunnels that I've covered, such as Hammers Hill, Doe Park, Car Tunnel, and the Willesden Station, along with the viaduct, would have been back that way. So that'll be Hewenden Viaduct. And the portal is covered with vegetation, but there is a little walkway in, so let's walk in and see what it looks like inside. So I'm in the tunnel now, and you can see the lower section is built in stone. You can already see that there's some chain markers in the tunnel. You can see the red brick, so it's built between stone, like all the Aegean tunnels that you've seen me cover. You can see the stone base and the brick arch. And again, this one looks like it's been built in sections. You can see the split in the wall there. Now, this tunnel was more of a, what we call a cut and cover tunnel, which more or less supports the cutting, as opposed to it just being a tunnel. So it supports the cutting on the side, on each side of the tunnel. So that's looking back at the portal, and just as you walk in you can see, I'm not sure what these wooden beams are for. I wonder if they was trying to build something a while ago, but this tunnel does look abandoned. And there's a few little fence posts on the floor. They look like railway ones. Sorry about the glare, but you can see the little, I think they're ventilation holes and maybe access for bats. Quite similar to the car tunnel and the door park tunnel that I did start of the year, which were at the other side of the line. Got these cable brackets that you can see that are all the way down the tunnel. I think they start right from the start, actually. Yeah, they do. So as you can see, they move. So these are cable brackets. Nice, another look back there at the southern portal. You can just see the arch as it curves over. So like I said, these walls would actually support the cutting on each side. Keeps the cutting safe. We've got part of an old railway sleeper just here. You can tell it was. You can see the holes in. It's an old sleeper right there. I think roughly these chain markers mark around 22 chains. Some more brackets going along. I think they actually go all the way towards the end of the cut and cover tunnel, by the looks of it. Now there's no refuges or shafts in here because obviously it's relatively short. So the only ventilation really is coming from the southern portal, because the northern portal is actually bricked up, which I think is now part of a goods, which is why it's called Keighley Goods Tunnel, I believe. It's quite similar to a Lee Bank Tunnel with the sections built and the stone and brick. And it's fairly dry throughout the tunnel until you get to the end. You could just see the portal there of the northern portal. And then down here we've got some kind of drainage system, and you can see it's not really flowing. There's an old pipe there. I think it runs right to the end. Got another sleeper here. So you've got what looks like an insulator here. So it's all the way down here. And then you've got the bracket, which Johnny's just pointed, which is just up here. Oh, it's over there. Sorry, it's not that, it's this. So I think this would have held that, what I've just seen on the floor up. So that would have been the telegraph wires. It's a nice little find. And I'll tell you something, it is really warm in this tunnel. It's like walking off a plane into a hot country. It is so warm in here. And it's really cold today outside. It's quite icy, but when we walked in here, it was absolutely boiling. A bit like Lee Bank Tunnel, which was on one of the other Queensbury lines down in Halifax. But because it's filled in, the heat stays inside, so it keeps it warm. And just take another look back at the south portal. We've got here another yard marker and some more cable brackets that come across. Just found this wooden thing on the wall here, and I'm not sure what it was. Now, working out if it was a bat box or an older chain marker. So if you do know, please leave a comment in the box. And then here we've got the filled in northern portal. So on the other side, I think you've got the goods yard. You can just see there. Now I'm not sure if you can just see, looking back towards the south portal, you can see the bumps where the sleepers were laid down. You can just see them across. You can see quite a few of them. And up here, just got a bit of calcite deposits, which is not much in here. So a little bit of what I call natural art in a tunnel, which is quite nice to see. So at some point there'll have been some kind of leaking going on in here, but it does seem quite dry. And then this is the northern portal. I'm not sure what that thing is there. I'm not sure if it is railway memorabilia or if it's just something that's been brought in here and abandoned. So you've got the door there, but I'm assuming just behind there. Now we have seen the approach cutting coming towards the northern portal, and it's literally all just filled in. So I think there'll be literally nothing behind that door but earth that's filled the tunnel in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk back to the southern portal, and I'm going to give you a little video like I normally do of the tunnel as I walk back. Having a look at the approach cutting, and you can tell that there's like retaining walls, but here you can see there's a lot on the ground, but there's not much of the retaining walls left, and that's not something you often see. You can just see a bit of the retaining wall left in the corner here. Now, either due to decay or people taking the stone. Just having a little panel of the cutting, sleepers. And that's the south portal of the tunnel. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and head to the northern portal and show you the location of where it's filled in. Now, when we walked this way, I think we did see it, but we was unsure. But getting our bearings now from where the south portal was, I think we did find the northern portal. So we're going to have a little look and show you where the portal was. So I've just had a little look at a survey map, and according to it, you've got the tunnel just up there. You've got the Worth Valley Railway just over there. And then round about here, you had a footbridge. And you also had a signal pole. Now, they were quite nearby. So it looks like we're looking here at the remains of that footbridge here. And the signal pole, which there's barely anything left of it, but the signal pole is just there. If I just pop this little picture up of the map, you'll be able to see that these are the remains of both those. So you've got like the concrete up there, and it looks like it was a brick support. It looks like it had brick supports. So you've got little remains here, and it's still solid in the ground there. Because it's icy, you can't really see much. But this is the remains of a footbridge. And if you just have a little look down here, we've got a concrete base just hiding under there. You can see how the ground lifts, and there's a concrete base that just goes down there. And just see if I can get a closer shot. Can't really see much because it's icy. You can just see hiding behind there the base support of the footbridge. So I just thought I'd point that out. So before we go, I thought I'd just bring you to the north side of the tunnel portal. So where we walked in and walked all the way up to that covered tunnel arch where you couldn't get out, just here, this is where the portal would have been. Now this is a cutting, so we're stood on this railway bridge. And you can see that the tunnel ran right under the globe in. And this used to be a cutting. You can see how filled in it is. But just down there is the location of the northern portal. So I just thought we'd point that out. So beyond the northern portal would have been this bridge here. And if you take a little look down there, there's another cutting that came underneath this bridge, and that would have head under the Worth Valley line. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this mini explore on this tunnel. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment in the box. Take care and I'll see you next time.